Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he got more follows than my boy Eric Dicey. Opinions on Magnus, Hans, and Karyakin, who cheated who, which engine that he hacking. He got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvorak, but he can't be wrong, he scored a like from Truan. He's got lightning attacks on GM, blunders and gaffes, true not over the board, it's only the other chat. Still his 7-year plan ensures the last laugh. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless, he rues his inaction. Awaits satisfaction, the status of Magnus. He bought 50 books and opened up 10. Fools ought to read Psalms, not my system. He's got 30 alt accounts on every site around. Chessable courses keep looking cheaper by the pound. He got 22 databases and 36 engines, 25 chess sets, and a massive clock collection. He bought merch from Gotham, Bra and Naka, but his game history looked like some chess copy pasta. A GM coach that he don't listen to, and if you think it is, then yes, my friend, yes, this is you. But that all changed one bright sunny day when a friend said, hey, don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I stepped away from easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. So Joe got into the business, stopped the app sickness, daily practices rhythm, he even upped his fitness. He found sparring cathartic, postmortems charming. With the plus equal minus, he was armed for elo farming. With notepad and pen, he built up calluses, escape rating paralysis with lengthy game analysis. With sensei direction, he sold his collection. Read one classic and that was fantastic. Now he locked to the spot where they checking off boxes. Young prodigies and some wily old foxes. 3.5 points per box, that's shocking progress. Goal nearing, cohort cheering, Joe doesn't hear it. He's monotasking, no relaxing, concentration maxing. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work will work, will work, work, never stop. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work will work, will work, work, never stop. Now occasionally, he peeps the world of the tweet and laughs when he sees the player that he used to be. Blank face staring, complex plans comparing, while he's dojo training hours a day, playing out positions, transpositions, and growing his board vision. Transition from poser to player, focus without a care. He leaves them complaining in his dust, staying with their week-old ratings. Blast past his week-old rating, each week's a new occasion. He never takes vacation, the work is entertaining, the growth he's maintaining. And now Joe is explaining, hey, don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Welcome to the dojo.
Welcome to the dojo.
Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he got more follows than my boy Eric Dicey. Opinions on Magnus, Hans, and Karyakin, who cheated who, which engine that he hacking. He got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvorak, but he can't be wrong, he scored a like from Truan. He's got lightning attacks on GM, blunders and gaffes, true not over the board, it's only the other chat. Still his 7-year plan ensures the last laugh. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless, he rues his inaction. Awaits satisfaction, the status of Magnus. He bought 50 books and opened up 10. Fools ought to read Psalms, not my system. He's got 30 alt accounts on every site around. Chessable courses keep looking cheaper by the pound. He got 22 databases and 36 engines, 25 chess sets, and a massive clock collection. He bought merch from Gotham, Bra and Naka, but his game history looked like some chess copy pasta. A GM coach that he don't listen to, and if you think it is, then yes, my friend, yes, this is you. But that all changed one bright sunny day when a friend said, hey, don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings Ratings what I'll receive, don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I stepped away from easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. So Joe got into the business, stopped the absentness, daily practices, rhythm, he even upped his fitness. He found sparring cathartic, postmortems charming. With the plus equal minus, he was armed for ELO farming. With notepad and pen, he built up calluses, escape rating paralysis with lengthy game analysis. With sensei direction, he sold his collection. Read one classic and that was fantastic. Now he locked to the spot where they checking off boxes. Young prodigies and some wily old foxes. 3.5 points per box, that's shocking progress. Goal nearing, cohort cheering, Joe doesn't hear it. He's monotasking, no relaxing, concentration maxing. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work will work, will work, work, never stop. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work will work, will work, work, never stop. Now occasionally, he peeps the world of the tweet.
All right, my friends, here we go. I started doing this game yesterday, but Bruce needed the stream, so I was kicked off. My own stream. So we're going to get in here, and this is the game we're looking at. We're going to go, does it already have some time? Yeah, it's already, we're going to have to, we just began. So, game review, ba-bam. Oh, and I bet I have to do a little business here. I was going to do a little business. Great. Okay, just so you can see it, it's this very interesting variation of the Guinea to French. And now I got this, H4. Okay, so I'm going to look with the computer a little bit at these opening moves, and then at the very end of it all, I'll come back and look at the computer in like the key middle game positions. Okay, I look over here for a second. I go here. So, va-boom. At the very end, I'm trying my best. Doom Duck, hello. All right, Sweet Blues, Regina Bianca's here. Oh man, all kinds of people here for my ChumpGM review. This was the final round of the U.S. Senior, and I think if I had drawn it, I would have still got I still would have won first place, but I wasn't sure. All right, first, it's H4. I want to just look what the beast says. My intuition would be like E5. Okay, yeah, beast intuition is not H4. So the question will be, okay, I'm just going to play my normal thing after H4, but do I have anything better than my normal thing? No. Okay, so it's just like Cry, you do your normal thing here. All right. Also an interesting question, is it misleading that it's saying black's a touch better? I don't know. Here we go. Knight C6. And I got 132 here. So how do we write that? We write that, buddy. 0, 1, 32. So this is all, I had seen all of this coming. So I had a moment to prepare, and I knew I was mostly sure this was coming. Now E5, and I did not consider knight G4 at all. Let's just put that there, my friends. Wow. Interesting. Okay, so E5. One thing that is very interesting about what the computer's saying is I did feel that the H4 was provocative. Now, I played knight D7 without thinking about it at all. I was just like, that's where my knight goes. But let's look at this weird knight G4 move. SF didn't consider at all. Let's say bishop F4. f6. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, he gave me the g4 square. Wait a second. Let me go back. If bishop h3, and I just go f5 like a madman. Yeah, look at this. This is very computery. And then just out of here. Great variation, dude. Great variation. You'd have to have some coconuts to play it this way. But, okay. I'm just going to say that this is possible confirms my suspicion that h4 was odd. Okay. So I think we're going to now turn off the computer. We'll come back with the computer, but we'll come back. But we are first going to do human analysis. All right. Bishop f4. a5. Knight bd2. a4. And here I have spent 0 time because I had seen this thing. Okay, now. Let's just go ahead and put his move in first before we discuss. Okay, so what we want to say is any advice for 600 ELO? Join the dojo. That's my advice. I've got a great workshop going now with players between 400 and 700 ELO, and it's a great workshop. And we're just talking about basics. They're doing some work on their own too. So I'm really tuned in to what the 600 player needs. I talk a lot about it on the grad show too. Okay, so let's get into this. And we're going to say white has done something clever. He's avoided putting his rook on e1. And this makes my usual b4 far less tasty. Okay, so now I play bishop a6. And actually here I'll say in similar positions with the, let's get your grammar right here. Similar positions with the rook on e1. The computer always likes this. My old plan had always been the more natural b4 and bishop a6. bishop a6. Actually, here, in general, the comp never wants to allow a3, and similarly doesn't want to allow h5, h6. All right, so here, 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 and then we're going to call that better for white because there's no knight c2. See, if the rook were on e1, if the rook were on e1, then we would be able to play b4. So we should say okay, so while I felt familiar with this kind of thing, we are now both on our own. I think he's also kind of an expert of this little setup. All right, so he plays rook fc1. And I'm going to give that an interesting move mark. And he spent a good little chunk on it. So 0, 1, 21. Oh, I'm afraid I'm not in the middle of El Framo here. Okay. Abject Pawn says, I am completing my game analysis for the grad show. Ended up pruning a lot of variations because I thought they might maybe a bit extraneous. How do you know whether there are too many or too few variations in your annotations? Good question. You want the salient variations. So actually, as an example, I did 11 pages of notes, handwritten, on this game. You're going to see it's a wild game. But I'm not going to put everything in. I'm just going to put in the things that are the most important, the kind of things that I've distilled into little tidbits of information or knowledge. That's obviously something that comes with practice. And another cool thing is we have the model game annotations in the dojo, so you can see what other players at your level did for very good annotations. Okay, so rook fc1. Beginning a trend where he disrespects his rooks for the sake of holding my counterplay up. All right, so just so you see the point, if rook fe1, then I can play b4, and then on this I got this, and I'm hitting this, so there's no c3. Okay, so I now also did a little thinky think, and I played c4. And I spent 0, 1, 21 on this bad boy. So about 10 minutes. A difficult decision. But I didn't see other options. And we're going to say, will my bishop a6 now get shut out? Question mark. Okay, but I didn't see other options. I bet we'll see what the computer says. And to my mind, the evaluation of this move depends on how we view a particular position several moves from here. All right. I don't know what El Computero will want. It's very difficult for me to say. So first thing we want to say is if b4 takes, and boom, 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 boom. With maybe the better king and endgame. But also, this move scares me. I'm going to go ahead and say he's better here, and I'm going to give it an exclamation. So, what else could we do? I don't know. All right, here we go. C4, dude plays D4. I think that has to be right. 0, 1, 18. I now play B4. I'm going to say 0, 1, 18. Okay. C3 takes B4. Let's put it on E3 for a second. Takes. C4. Hi, Chihuahua. Bishop takes. Knight takes. Pawn takes. Knight d2. Knight a5. And I'm going to call this compensation. The computer might like it better for black or something. I'm just going to say I'm okay with the black position here. Should I be? I don't know. I mean, maybe. Yeah. Very hot. Okay. So, I'm going to take this out because there's actually two paths from here, right? There's this path, the one with c3, and then I'm going to say, I knew I had two options after d4, and that encouraged me to not take any more time on the clock. All right, so here we go, my friends. I play b4, and now dude tanked pretty good and played queen e1. So we're gonna get 0, 1, 10. Doom Duck's talking about queen c7 earlier. And the problem with queen c7 is maybe, but the queen really wants to, there's a lot of stuff she's doing on the defense of the d8, h4 diagonal. And whenever you play queen c7, then there's going to be tactics opening up the bishop here, queen. I wouldn't be surprised if the computer likes it. You know, I don't know. Burger Donald saying these positions are always very dynamic for both sides. Fischer had some great games. That's right. Fischer was actually traumatized by the French and ended up playing the King's Indian attack as a way of dealing with it. I'm going to give this a funky move, Mark. And I'm going to say, actually, I'm going to give it a questionable mark. Okay. So, what is the big question? C3 is the big question. In the let's just say postmortem, it seemed like his mind stopped here. So, but I think it's not over. Rook a2. Knight b3. Might have another idea besides that, but I'm going to do this first. Rook here. Knight takes. Bishop takes. We're going to say else knight f1 and knight b3 will be ghosted. Oh gosh. The key position. I get rook b3, but bishop c8 and knight d7 are poor. So we're going to imagine rook b8. I should get my notes out here. So I got a couple variations. Knight g5, rook b3, bishop h3, king h8, exclam, queen h5, bishop takes, h takes, and we're going to call this unclear. If bishop takes f6, seems like black is better. I'm just going to go ahead and say black is better. Okay. So, let's go back. This is our key position. Rook b8, bishop h3, h6, knight h2, bishop c8, exclam. And I gave this as counterplay. So I'm always going to be threatening to play f5 in these positions. Okay, so again, when we go to this position here, c3, the evaluation after c3 is the big question. I think he should have done it. And then the other question for me is, if I don't like this position for black, should I have played this one? Right? My sense is if I get knight a5 in here, I'm going to be better. So actually I should say here, else knight a5. Golderhand says, I did 700 hours of chess puzzles, 2,700 of blitz games. I am 910 plus O rapid. Dude, you need to join the dojo. That 10-0 stuff is not it. Join the dojo. It's very simple. Go from there. Because right now you're doing things that are just happy for you, like blitz games. Okay, so queen e1. And now I played a move that I don't like. Queen b6. Say funky move, and of course I thought a long time on it. Excuse me. It's 5. This was a difficult moment. I felt provoked by queen e1 as it truly loses a tempo because the queen needs to come back to my king. So I was looking for something crushing and was unsatisfied with C3. Okay, so C3, pawn takes, BA. And I'm going to go ahead and call this slightly better for black. A better version than the above. You have C4, snip, snap, snook, knight D2. I can do knight D4. I can do rook C8. So what do we want to say? We want to say black doing great. Okay, so this was our mistake, and I'm going to take a quick pause.
Welcome to the Dojo.
Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he got more follows than my boy Eric Dicey. Opinions on Magnus, Hans, and Karyakin, who cheated who, which engine that he hacking. He got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvorak, but he can't be wrong, he scored a like from Truong. He's got lightning attacks on GM, blunders and gaffes, true not over the board, it's only the other chat. Still his 7-year plan ensures the last laugh. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless, he rues his inaction. Awaits satisfaction, the status of Magnus. He bought 50 books and opened up 10. Fools ought to read Psalms, not my system. He's got 30 alt accounts on every site around. Chessable courses keep looking cheaper by the pound. He got 22 databases and 36 engines, 25 chess sets, and a massive clock collection. He bought merch from Gotham, Bra and Naka, but his game history looked like some chess copy pasta. A GM coach that he don't listen to, and if you think it is, then yes, my friend, yes, this is you. But that all changed one bright sunny day when a friend said, hey, don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. Sweatwork's what I believe, waiting's what I'll receive. Don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I stepped away from easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If sweatwork's what I believe, waiting's what I'll receive. So Joe got into the business, stopped the app sickness, daily practices rhythm, he even upped his fitness. He found sparring cathartic, postmortems charming. With the plus equal minus, he was armed for elo farming. With notepad and pen, he built up calluses, escape rating paralysis. With lengthy game analysis, with sensei direction, he sold his collection. Read one classic and that was fantastic. Now he locked to the spot where they checking off boxes. Young prodigies and some wily old foxes. 3.5 points per box, that's shocking progress. Goal nearing, cohort cheering, Joe doesn't hear it. He's monotasking, no relaxing, concentration maxing. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work, work, never stop. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work, never stop. Now occasionally, he peeps the world of the tweet and laughs when he sees the player that he used to be. Blank face staring, complex plans comparing while he's...
Sorry about that, my friends. Mr. Hockey Chess Dude. Yeah, he's here, dude. I was just thinking about you, man. I was thinking about, where's the Hockey Chess Dude? Where's Hockey Chess Dude? And he made me a song. It's a brutal song. I don't think it's fit for kids. But it's a beautiful song. I need to find it. It's somewhere. Maybe he'll send it to me so I can re-find it. Or send me on Discord, bro. Send me that link again. Okay. So, queen b5. Here we're going to say was very unhappy here, as it was clear that I'd lost out on a great position somehow. Okay. Now, he plays rook a2. And we're going to say that was quick. Oh yeah, rook a2, 54. And we're going to say that isn't it. We're going to say the first of many tempo. The first, well, I just say a very nice gift of time. White doesn't sense that my only plan is to sack the pawn with a3. Okay, so this looks good, and I'm going to say white has an attack. We're going to say queen e3 looks good, and white has an attack. I'll give him an exclam. Maybe my best here, allowing the perp and maybe suffering somehow too. But I didn't find anything better for him than the perp. So, and queen e3 is a similar thing. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Mr. Hockey Dude. All right, so rook a2. And I played rook fb8. 56. Natural, but essentially giving up on f6 and therefore abandoning my king for a good while. All right. He does it again, rook ca1, and we're going to say, yeah. And he's got 15 minutes left. Another gift of time, still not appreciating a3. Here he offered a draw. And we're going to give that like a little exclamation point. A previous version of myself might have accepted. It seemed very likely I'd win the tiebreak win the tiebreak for first place. In fact, the other previous person would be if he'd played 18 bishop h3. Lots of laughs. But I was now encouraged by his passive play. Thank you, Mr. Hockey Dude. This thing is vile. This thing is vile. That Hockey Dude. Well, let's listen to a couple bars here. This thing is awful. Oh, I forgot it.
That ain't it, Bows. Oh no, Bows. That ain't it. That ain't it, Bows. Bows. I'm just sticking it in. Bows. I'm just sticking it in. Oh, not so pleasant for a peasant, Bows. Oh, not so pleasant for a peasant. Oh, not so pleasant for a peasant, Bows. Oh, not so pleasant for a peasant. Chirp. Chirp.
What's up, buddy?
Chirp. Chirp. Chirp.
Thank you, bro.
The miserable king.
You like this song, bro?
Taste me. Chirp. 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 Chirp to the miserable king. Taste me. Bows. I'm just sticking it in.
You made a remix out of yourself.
No, it's a friend did it for me.
Bows. I'm just sticking it in.
Ow, ow, ow.
I'm just
That's
sticking
cool.
it in.
There, go out. Close that door.
Oh, not so pleasant for a peasant.
Out.
Oh, not so pleasant for a peasant. Oh, not so pleasant for a peasant. Oh, not so pleasant for a peasant. Chirp. 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 Chirp to the miserable king. Chirp. 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 Chirp to the miserable king. The genocide of FMs today. Genocide of FMs today. Bows. I'm just sticking it in. I'm just sticking it in. Bows. I'm just sticking it in.
Ooh, I actually blew it. Okay, wait. You played this one first. And we gotta promote that. Oh man. Okay, so this is Queen D1, and how come I don't have the ability to put in the times? What's going on? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so now we're going to delete this, delete from here. Queen D1 was played first. It's very similar, honestly, because I now play Bishop C8. And now is where he did this to me. So, say 50. And we're going to say this, copy and paste here. Okay, so Rook CA1. And then this is the mistake. It's not great. All right, Knight B6. White's argument Out, out, out. Goodbye.
Look. I got one.
Oh, good. Can we close the door? He's drawing my knight away from the king's defense. I could have also done this. And we're going to call that compensation. All right, knight b6, knight g5. We're going to say it's hard to find a plan for white. h6, 44, knight h3, a3, ba, 45, knight a4. Okay, now little critical moments here. He plays rook c2 kind of quickly, and it's really like a big decision. Okay, so we want to... I guess we should say the natural move queen f3, queen a5, rook c2, rook b3, exclam, rook ac1, bishop a3, black is better. Now, rook c1, seems to transpose. Rook c2. Bishop d7. I'm gonna give myself an exclam on this one. Claiming, countering queen h5 and saying white has no useful moves. All right, he goes for it. The only move that scared me. All right, so now, my friends, as you can see, it's getting a little hot. It's getting a little hot. All right, so here we go. Knight b2, queen f3, queen a4. Here I saw the queen inevitably landing on c2 and felt I should be better. We're going to say rook ac1, knight d3 transposes. So here we go, knight d3. G5, H5. Black definitely should be winning here, I thought. Knight H3. Bishop F4 uncoordinated. And my Q will come to the defense through C2. All right, here we go. So, Queen H5. He's down to 29 minutes. It's going to get a little hot on the clock, my friends. This game... One thing game analysis teaches you, by the way, ruler hand, amongst other things, is that the time, the clock, it's a huge deal. What's up, buddy? All right, put it right there and close the door.
Okay. Can I film your pants in the video?
No.
What?
Out. 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 Out.
Wait.
Hey, buddy, close the door. All right, so G6, Queen F3, Knight C1, Rook C1, Bishop A3. All right, Rook E1. It better be important, buddy. It better be really good. Is it really good?
Not okay.
Okay, it wasn't really good. You could have left it out there. Okay, now Queen C2. We're going to say this can't be wrong. But in hindsight, I'd rather wait, as C2 will never be taken from my queen. All right, so what I would rather do is Bishop F8. Let's just put an H5 on the board and Knight E7. We're going to say black is strategically winning. Dun, 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 dun. All right, Queen C2. I'm still winning. It's not a bad move. I'm just saying there was a more prudent way of doing things. Nota bene, hard to not play this move as it was the entire defensive conception of why I'm not getting mated here. So, H5, and now I make a boo-boo. Bishop B2.
We're done.
Okay, go make sure you're done, and then I'll come out and check. Aiming to finish the game quickly. It would have, okay, let's put a period there. It would have taken mammoth skill to foresee what white might do
Found two things.
Okay, buddy,
They were
listen.
extra.
You're interrupting. I need you to go finish.
I'm done.
Are you sure? Sure. Ask Kat if she's done.
Patty, all done.
Okay, my friends, I gotta do patrol, Paw Patrol, and I'll be right back.
Welcome to Dojo. Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he got more follows than my boy Eric Icy. Opinions on Magnus, Hans, and Karyakin. Who cheated who, which engine did he packing? He got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvorak, but he can't be wrong. He scored a like from Truong. He's got lightning attacks on GM, blunders and gaffes. True, not over the board, it's only the other chap. Still, his 7-year plan ensures the last laugh. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless, he rues his inaction. Awaits satisfaction, the status of Magnus. He bought 50 books and opened up 10. Fools ought to read Psalms, not my system. He's got 30 alt accounts on every site around. Chessable courses keep looking cheaper by the pound. He got 22 databases and 36 engines, 25 chess sets, and a massive clock collection. He bought merch from Gotham, Bra and Naka, but his game history looked like some chess copy pasta. A GM coach that he don't listen to, and if you think it is, then yes, my friend, yes, this is you.
All right. I'm back. And now, let's play a song. Yeah, buddy. Song is so wrong. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to put a question mark here.
That ain't it, Bows. Oh no, Bows. That ain't it. That ain't it, Bows.
Okay, wait. This is a great song, but I gotta think for a second. Okay. During the game, this was my other option. And it's simply so much safer. That I should probably default to it. I don't believe it would be possible to foresee what White did, but I do think it's possible to feel the danger of moving the B to, let's call it the dark square B, away from the king. Okay, so here we go. Bishop B2. And I'm going to call this minus plus. We'll check with the engine later. Bishop B2. Knight F1. And now, with 22 minutes, I played Queen C3 question mark. Thought I was just crushing him here. All right, first we'll go Bishop C3, exclam. If I had understood the danger, and here it was possible to find it. I could have bailed with this move. Rook c1, knight d4, rook c2, knight f3, bishop f3, bishop b2, exclam. And black is winning. We got bishop a4, we got rook a1, c3, d4. Takes that thing. Yeah. Okay. So, pretty sure I saw to this point and thought, why would I want, or rather, I obviously, or rather, not I, my position obviously deserves better than this. Good morning, Faugra. All right, so here we go. Queen c3. Whew. Bishop e3. Maybe a double exclam. Okay, bishop e3. That was a little bit of a cold shower. All right, I played knight d4. I have 11 minutes left after that. It's not so pleasant for a peasant. All right, so here we go. Queen e1. h6. Let me just appreciate queen f6 for a second. Boom, 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 boom. This also looked losing, honestly. What was some issue, though, with this move? Right. Now I can play rook. No, you cannot play rook f8, buddy. What are you doing? Whew. I think now I go here. And if HG, I have rook f8, g7, and I have queen b1. And I think we call that a winning position. So h6 exclam. And now, if bishop a3 or queen b4 for that matter, maybe queen b4 is the most telling. He goes pap, 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 Wait a second. Wait a second. I've got Queen F8 here, buddy. Wait, be careful, my friend. King H8. Check. Check. King F8. Check. King E8. Slow it down for me, little woman. All right, what's happening here? Ein momentito, Mr. Sofrito. Ein momentito. Queen H7. Queen E7. Check here. Check here. I haven't finished him off yet, son. I want to just see. I remember looking at this. So, hold on. Oh, man. I'm not sure you did look at Queen B4. Let me go back and look at it. So Queen E1, H6, H7, forced, here. Wait, my good friend. If knight F4, he's got knight E7. Well, knight E7. Whew, he also has king rook G8, but knight E7. If queen E7, I don't think this is in it. That's minus plus. Wait a second, there's another idea here. King G8. Is there another idea? forced. All right, bro. This looks winning for you, buddy. Oh, looks winning. Okay. Help me out, chat. What am I missing? I didn't see this the first time around in my... Well, obviously not during the game. But also in my analysis. I think I might have stopped on knight f4. Might have stopped my analysis here. But also rook g8, I might be winning on rook g8 as well. I don't know. Knight e7. No, he's having troubles getting to my king. Hi, Chihuahua. Okay, actually, let's just go here, here, here. Well, that looks threatening. Knight g6, queen g6, king f8. Now, ostensibly, though, this just looks like a better version for white, for black. Okay. We're not done yet. Queen f7. His queen h7 looks correct. It's at least very scary here. I also have bishop e8, maybe. Bishop e8 looks frightening. No, because h6, g6, and queen h6. So here, here, here. G6, king takes. It looks like I'm getting mated. Okay, one other question I have for us here. Here, 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 here. Knight d5. That scares the bejesus out of me. E takes. Bishop takes. Bishop e6. Check to the miserable king. No, but then I got queen g7 bows. All right, so that's minus plus. All right, so there's no queen g6. Well, if there's no queen g6, we can forget about it. Wow. Woo! Okay, wait. One more idea I need to consider here. Knight f4. And now, if queen e7, can dude play knight d5? Oh, God. I'm going to... Oh, maybe. I don't know. I think... Oh, man, this is tight. I don't know. If bishop e8, there's check, check, and here, and who knows? So, queen f7, that might be winning. Forced here. Oh, God. G6. I think I just take this knight. Wow, okay. So that looks minus plus. So, holy smokes. It looks like this is now my main option. Wow. Analysis, my friend. Analysis. I thought black was dead too. No, I'm not going to play in the arena. By the way, this is probably my last stream from this office. I'm moving, I'm packing all my stuff up. You might be able to see boxes in the background. All right, we're going to check this later with the beast. I think this is correct, though. And we're then going to have to say knight d4 is a mistake. I thought I was still winning here, but I was wrong. And truly, but I was wrong. Okay. So knight d4, queen f6. All right, let's try to understand this. Well, queen f6 is the only move. Okay, wait. So if bishop d4, I'm trading queens, obviously. Okay. So queen f6. And now I play knight f5. HG. He's got 10 minutes left. FG. Queen G6. G7. All right. Knight F4. Bishop E8. Okay. Queen H6. There was an unfairness here that happened. What was the unfairness? If Queen C2, then H6. So, Knight D4, Queen F6, Knight F5, snip. Now, what was wrong with Rook F8? I love filleted fish. Abject pawn, you need to help me out when you say knight f4. Like, what move are we playing knight f4? Okay, I need to help myself out here and figure out what this crazy thing was. Bishop D2. This was the unfairness. And here was a surprising unfairness. Both Queen C2 and Queen D3 have problems. Is this right, Cry? I think so. Queen D3, knight F4. We don't want that. Okay. And now Queen C2. He still goes knight F4. Ace G, Queen G6. And there's no knight G7. (37) knight F4. Can't do it because the queen takes E5. Right. So, boom, boom, boom. Wait, what's happening here? I get it. I get it. This is Bishop D2, of course. I need to promote that. I need to re-erase that. Delete from here. Queen A3. In fact, Cry, you messed it up again. So f takes g6. So it's all very precise. So now bishop d2. Okay, promote. My score sheet's a little messed up. What often happens when when the world goes against me. So if queen g6, the problem would be knight g7, bishop d2, queen d3, minus plus. That's why that's not going to work. So leave here. So bishop d2 is a very precise move order he has to follow here. Queen a3. So actually we'll put this as a question mark. Queen a3. Check. Knight g7. And now knight f4. This is a very amazing play all of a sudden the dude has. And I played bishop e8. Okay. If I play queen e7, knight h5, queen f7, knight f6, king f8, bishop b4. Welcome to the dojo. Oh, no! Oh, no! It turned against me, man. That was amazing. This guy pulled this out of his butt. Unbelievable. He did this to me. Wow. Okay. So that's the issue there. So bishop e8. Queen h6. Queen e7. And now he blundered with 1 minute on the clock. Bishop d5. We're going to say 0-1 blunder. Okay. When I saw this position from a distance, I thought I could hold, though of course nervous. While I was waiting for him to move, I spotted the obvious knight g3, preventing knight f5. So, knight g3, I think it's over. We're intending g6. And I can't play knight f5. The whole point was g6, knight f5. But I can't do it. g6 comes, and I have no knight f5. Brutal. Okay. So, whew. Bishop d5, e takes, knight takes, queen f7. I have 5 minutes left. I think this is just winning for me here. So, knight f6, king f8. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Where was that bishop b4 thing? There was some bishop b4, and I'm like, was my rook on b4? Did I miss that or something? Did chat not help me out? What was the bishop b4 thing? Oh, God. Right. Where was the bishop d4? Bishop b4 at the end. It was with, there it is. So queen e7. You sure there was some... What are you talking about, bishop b4? What are you talking about, bruv? You know, there's no bishop b4. Rook takes. Come on. So wait a second. Knight h5. Here. 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 Okay. We're not... We might just be done here. Oh, bruv. Okay, we're not quite done. Here. Did I hallucinate this during the game? What the hell's happening here? I'm suddenly down a piece, dog. Okay, wait. Okay, so that's plus minus, I think. It's still kind of... No, that's plus minus. Okay. So wait a second. Well, this is a hell of a thing. I have to play knight f5 or else g6 is coming. Maybe bishop e8 here. Oh my God. Well, one of the crazy... Oh, man. This is pure madness. I don't know. I mean, the obvious crazy thing is, of course, I should never allow any of this. Because he hasn't even sacked anything, really. I mean, he sacked some pawns on like c3 and d4, but he got my own coconuts here, buddy. So it looks like maybe bishop e8 is also a mistake. I didn't appreciate this in my first analysis. I thought knight h5 was winning. Now, maybe though, what he can do is play knight g3 anyway. Bishop e8 would transpose back into the game. Okay, but wait a second. I have another option now. Here. here. Here I have the option of knight f5. But then I'm ripped. It's totally ripped. Okay. Whoo! Oh, wow. Okay. Because bishop e8 is going to transpose to what could have happened. All right, so big think on this bishop d5 move, missing the obvious move. I go snip. He goes snip. I go here. Knight f6. King f8. e6. Queen g6. e7. King f7. I guess I'm just winning here. It's a little bit of a time scramble here, but it is over. I'm up 1,000 pieces. Queen h8, bishop c6, e8, knight e8. Queen h3. Uh-oh, I can't read my writing yet. Okay, cool. I see. I played bishop f6. Bishop g5, thank you very much. Oh, we're getting loopy here with the queen d7, king g8, rook e6, bishop f6, queen d5. Oh crap! No. All right, so we're gonna say score sheet. Funky from here. Oh, because he has to move the king. I know. He put it on h1 or something. In any case, abject pawn says 44 g6. No, I'm just taking here. Check. In the analysis. So maybe here. Again, abject pawn. I need help. I need help. Okay, I don't know where it is though, bud. Because when you say 44, I don't know what that means. Like this would be the only variation with a move 44 in it. Okay, now the computer is going to blow this all apart. Okay, it's just going to blow it all apart. It's the kind of position where it's going to find some madness things. But we're going to look at a couple key positions. First one being the move c4. Was that right? Actually, also, no, bishop a6. So this is our first position we want to spend some time with. Let's see what the computer says. It wants bishop a6. Okay. Computer approves. And now it actually gives rook fc1 as one of its, well, not anymore, but it was one of the main moves. c3. Yeah, c3 was interesting. Actually, I had that in my notes. All right, rook fc1. See, and here, here it's just like, ah, just move. Like, I think somebody said earlier, queen c7. And I was like, I don't know. Now because he does have options like c3 after this. Okay, so apparently he does not like my c4 move. But it likes it for, oh, wow, this is really intense. It's saying all kinds of crazy things. So we'll put this up here as the stockfish move. I guess that makes sense. I did look at this actually in my little notes though. Yeah, I had c takes, rook c8, b4. Okay. Had this in my notes and thought counterplay. Knight takes b3. This looks equal though, buddy. You know, this is nothing for black to be sad about. I don't want to play h6. So delete from here. So I don't like b4. What are you doing, stockfish? b4, isn't it? Maybe h5. And we'll just say unclear. Okay, so all right, so here we go. d4, and now I can play, look at that, c3. It's saying something else though on b takes. It's talking about bishop takes a3, and I didn't consider that at all. So if b4, it wants c4, and I take queen e3, and I take, and now we're going to put up knight g5. Oh, there's real trickery here. Okay, I'm going to say, I had looked at this in my notes, but SF finds some tricks. The first of which is rook, okay, wait, dc4, knight g5, rook c8, bishop c6, exclam. Missed this. Obviously white's much better. Okay, so then we ask, if I play knight a5, d5, exclam. Yeah. Okay. So, bishop a, wait, how does this go? c3, pawn takes, bishop a3, exclam. SF didn't consider. Wow. I mean, bishop a3, once you see it, you're like, wait a second, why isn't black doing great? SF likes white here. My intuition would be black is doing grand. But the problem is my counterplay is slow. So yeah, I would like to play knight a5. Then let's say he does this thing. All right, h5. Now the computer never likes to allow h6. However, let's do this as a little thought experiment. Rook c8, h6, g6, bishop g5. Sure, rook c6. Bishop f1. Wow. Yep. And white has the h6 bind. Excellent. Okay. So, b4. Look at that. I was totally right about this c3 stuff. But I think I was right also about the evaluation too. I mean, it's kind of hectic. Oh God. Okay. So, queen e1. Okay, right now I did my poor move. Oh, look at that. It does all at once, all kinds of strange things. I think I understand though. Yeah, I blew it there. It likes rook a2. Yeah. It actually thinks that's okay. Queen e2 is not a real move. Knight g5, h6, knight h3, a3, snip, snap. Wow, okay. So, I was thinking queen g4, king f8. So here we go. Whoa. So, my sense and his was that white had nothing here. Bishop e3. Knight c3. What is white doing? What is he doing, bro? Rook c2. What? Just letting me take the pawn, man. No fear. Nothing. And it gets weirder, too. Knight f4. There's definitely some stock fishy, buddy. Knight f4. He just wants to come mate you, dude. Sure, knight b1. Knight c4. DC. Knight h5. Dang. I would still not know if I was playing this. Wow. Okay. So I wouldn't know who better would probably believe in the king's march. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is next level with the engine, of course. Bishop e3, letting me take on c3, bringing the knight around calmly. Okay, rook c2. I thought my next move was genius, but it's still queen g4. It's still queen g4 with all that crazy stuff. By the way, it doesn't like bishop d7. It does. Okay. g4. Now it doesn't even like my move best. Well, it likes it good enough. Well, what does it want, actually? There's some other move. Queen e2? I don't understand queen e2. Now it says I'm winning. h5. Likes my queen c2. Knight f1 or h5. Fine. Ooh, look at this. It likes my bishop b2. But look what it says. Bishop b2, knight f1, bishop c3. Also likes knight e7. Rook b3 I wouldn't even consider. Bishop b2. Knight f1. All right, so it's saying queen c3 is still winning. Not surprising. It's seeing queen c3, bishop e3. It's looking at bishop c3, rook c1. And it likes knight d4, but queen b2. What? Oh, queen b2. Look at that, dude. Because if rook c3, I have knight d4. Oh, and queen c3, I also have knight d4. Oh, that's a nice move. But wait a second. Oh, no. Not only that, but if you don't take now, my bishop was going to go d4, e5, and then I defend. My bishop will come back all the way. Oh, brovskis. Brovskis. Whew, man. That's the next level here, buddy. All right, so bishop e3, double exclamation. Still says I'm winning on knight d4. Queen f6. It still says I'm winning on knight f5. Now let's look at its queen e1 variation. This is where I'm a little confused, because didn't we do a whole evaluation on queen e1? Oh, it wants queen e1 now. I see. All right, so let's go queen e1. HG. Rook F8. G7. Queen B1. I think I should have this in my notes though. I had this in my notes. Did you? Maybe a slightly different position. It's odd, right? Oh, man. H takes. Rook takes. Oh, man. Makes it look simple. Oh. Okay. So, this is amazing. Knight F5. HG. And now I needed Rook F8, Bishop D2, Queen D4. Do I understand this, buddy? God, this is weird. Okay, wait a second. All right. Look, bro, my mind is spinning truly now. Oh, okay. FG6. And now Queen D4 is again somehow saving my coconuts. Here, here. Queen H6. And now I got this on him. I don't understand, dude. All right, let's look at this just to compare. So Queen G6, Knight G7, Knight F4. Okay, wait. So yeah, you have to go up here, 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 and if Knight F4 now, okay, Rook F8, and I'm touching H2, boss. That's the point of Queen D4. Oh, and he can't play Bishop E3, and he can't move the knight. Oh, buddy! Oh, man! Jake says, have I analyzed the John Abrams game? That's interesting you asked that. It sounds like a white Jewish kid, but it's actually an Indian kid I played and lost to in the first round. No, I haven't done it yet. Well, I have started. I started it. Okay, wait. I still need to ask some questions. He's just going to... Wait. Knight H5. Takes H2. Goodbye. Ooh, wow. Right, I started that game. Haven't finished it yet. That was similar to this game. I won this game, but that game also I lost control. Wow. All right, so I was lost here. e8, queen e7, and now knight e3 or knight g3. And then I guess knight d5 is also doing it, but that's unnecessary. He still says I'm toast here. Not toast, but not doing great. Knight f6, king f8. e6, queen g6. Oh my god, this is complicated. Well, let's go back here for a second. So knight f6, king f8, and now knight e3. You know, knight h7 we got to start with is a good move, because then you at the very least you could gain some time, because king e7, queen d6 is mate, buddy. King g8, knight f6, king f8. So you could gain time that way. And now knight e3. I don't know. Queen g6, check to the miserable king. Here. And then he starts messing with me. Oh, God. Jeez, Malise. Oh, God, man, this is brutal. Okay. We're done. We're done. All right. I got to do a couple things. So, we're going to go over here. Oh, and I got to go Gratcho here. Gratcho format. And we're going to say annotate a classical game. Update progress. First, yesterday. I did like an hour 15 yesterday. Update. And now today, I did, I did finished one. And I'm going to give myself 2:45, right? Because I started. Is that true? Yeah, that sounds right. All right, we'll go update. I didn't do anything on Thursday, bro. Is that true? Maybe. All right. So, I met my weekly goal. Amazing. Okay. Whew. That was hot. We're going to raid somebody. Who should we raid? We'll raid the Lila Kolidze. Raid. Lila Kolidze. Boom. My friends, if you are watching this thing and wondering what the hell this is the Chess Dojo training program. I am part of it, even though I helped design it. You got to annotate your games. One of the key things you got to do. Let's raid, buddy. Bye, everybody.